Tom was a lawyer. Suits, ties, the whole shebang. He argued cases, wrote long documents no one read, and drank too much coffee. Life was, well, normal, predictable, until the day he checked his mail. Bills, more bills, junk mail promising riches. Then, a yellow envelope, handwritten address, no return address. Weird. Tom opened it cautiously. Inside, a single sheet of paper, typed but blurry, like a bad photocopy. It said, "Report to Northgate High School principal's office, immediately." Northgate High? That was 20 years ago. Tom stared at the paper. What was this? Some cruel joke? He hadn't thought about Northgate High in years. He tried to remember if he owed them money. Library books, gym shorts. Nothing came to mind. He almost tossed the letter away, but something stopped him. It felt official. The paper, while cheap, had a government-y look. And that word, immediately. It sent a chill down his spine. Days went by. Tom couldn't shake off the feeling. He told his friends at work, but they just laughed. "Maybe they finally found your yearbook photo," one joked. Haha, very funny. Still, the letter gnawed at him. Finally, unable to take it anymore, Tom decided. He'd swing by Northgate High, clear up whatever this nonsense was, and then forget about it. What's the worst that could happen? The next day, Tom drove to his old high school. It looked smaller than he remembered, more run down. He entered the principal's office. A stern-looking woman sat behind a desk piled high with papers. He explained the letter. The woman looked at him, then at her computer. "Thomas Miller?" she asked. Tom nodded. "Date of birth?" He told her. The woman frowned. "Says here you have an outstanding warrant." "Warrant? What warrant?" Before Tom could react, two burly security guards appeared, flanking him. "Wait, there's been a mistake," he stammered. But the guards weren't listening. They slapped handcuffs on him and hauled him away. Section 4. Sentenced to algebra. Tom sat in the courtroom, still in shock. This had to be a dream. A bad, bad dream. The judge, a tired-looking man in a black robe, looked down at him. "Mr. Miller, you stand before me accused of..." He paused. "Truancy? Truancy? Was this some kind of joke?" Tom's lawyer, a young guy fresh out of law school, looked just as confused. He whispered something to the judge, who sighed. "It appears there's been a clerical error," he admitted. However, the judge went on to explain that due to a glitch in the school system, Tom's high school records hadn't been updated. And according to these records, he was still a student who had skipped school for 20 years. The solution? Tom had to retake his senior year, starting with algebra. Section 5. High school reunion with a twist. Tom's story spread like wildfire. Newspapers ran headlines like "Lawyer a high school dropout" and "Legal sent back to school." His phone wouldn't stop ringing. Everyone he'd ever met wanted to know what happened. But the real kicker? He wasn't alone. Turns out, the school system glitch had affected others. People in their late 30s, now doctors, teachers, even a local politician, were all ordered back to Northgate High. It was like a high school reunion, only with more algebra and less hair. There was Sarah, the former head cheerleader, now a stay-at-home mom who'd forgotten how to solve for X, and Mark, the star athlete, now a balding accountant who struggled with fractions. They were all in this together, united by their shared absurdity. Section 6. Back to school. At 39. So, there he was. Tom, the lawyer, sitting in Mr. Johnson's algebra class, surrounded by teenagers who looked at him like he was an alien. The textbooks were different, the slang was indecipherable, and the fashion? Don't even get him started on the fashion. It was surreal, hilarious, and utterly humiliating. But as the weeks went by, something strange happened. Tom started to enjoy himself. He reconnected with old friends, learned to appreciate the simple joys of cafeteria food. Okay, maybe not. And even found himself looking forward to Mr. Johnson's algebra lessons. His story, Once a source of embarrassment, became a beacon of hope for others trapped in the system's bureaucratic nightmare. He became an accidental advocate for educational reform, all because of a misplaced decimal point and a 20-year-old case of truancy. Who knew high school could be so complicated and strangely wonderful?